Here's why no one takes you seriously. The answer is simpler than you might think. So, a lot of times in our life we are asked what we're doing with our lives or what our plan is for the future. For some reason, everyone likes asking this question. I think it's slightly annoying because what if I don't want to talk to you about my future and my plans? Who are you anyway? But I think that's besides the point. People ask this question because they assume it's what you want to be asked, even though I very firmly believe that if you have very strong ambitions, you shouldn't necessarily tell everyone your goals. I think that the main reason why people don't take you seriously, and the reason why I made this video, is because basically you're not showing any enthusiasm for what you're doing. People can pick up that energy right away. If someone asks you how your job is going, and you say something like, well, work is work, the grind don't stop. People are just gonna assume that you don't like what you're doing automatically, because when someone does like what they're doing, you can tell right away. When someone asks me, or talks about YouTube in general, and gets me talking about it, one of my friends the other day said that he saw the videos and he really likes them, blah blah blah. And you could just tell by the way I responded that I was super enthused about it and excited to make my next video. Whereas some people when they have these things that they don't like doing and that are holding them back. I asked someone the other day how they're doing, and they said that they were waiting for Friday. What is that going to make me think about you? That's going to make me think that you hate what you're doing. And that's probably true. And honestly, when people don't take you seriously, a lot of the times it's because you don't take yourself seriously. If you come out there and you emphasize why people should take you seriously and prove to them why, they probably will take you seriously. It's ironic. And you would think it might go the other way. But if you present yourself as someone that should be taken seriously, people won't take you seriously. And obviously, we don't even need people to take us seriously. There is a benefit to it. I think you can probably network a lot easier if people don't take you seriously. But just show intent. If you want a job, or if you want some sort of position in any sort of field, just flat out ask for it. Don't beat around the bush and be scared to ask, because ultimately if they say no, it's not that big of a deal. You'll just move on with your life and keep going in wherever direction you came from, if you know what I'm saying. But ultimately, to be taken seriously by others, we must first be taken seriously by ourselves. And that's why it's so important to find something that you actually like doing. I've tried doing things that I don't like doing. It doesn't work out. That's why oftentimes when you hear me talk about my college experience, I don't sound overly enthused. That's because I'm not. It's not I secretly like it, but I'm just holding back. No, I mean, there are several things about it that I really don't like, and I don't really like this path in general, so that is why I sound unenthused towards it. Whereas when I talk about working out and making videos and doing stuff that I like doing, and that I think is making a difference in my life to a large extent, that's when I sound super convicted. And that is why when people talk to me about stuff other than the regular how's your education going, blah blah, I automatically by default like them more. It's not even a question. And that's like, whether you admit it or not, that is how your brain works. My friend who always texts me like, yo, your video was great. I do think that you can do X, Y, and Z to maybe improve your content and to get the word out there more, but keep doing what you're doing. Automatically, I'm just gonna be more magnetically like drawn to them just because they're asking the right questions. So kind of when you're having a conversation, steer people in the direction that you want to go and make them ask you about things that you will be convicted about and that they will actually see that energy within you. Because a lot of people, I just assume they're like bots or they're like AI because they don't really put themselves out there at all. In order to put yourself out there, there has to be some sort of commonality. You have to find common ground with people that are around you. And that's why it's so, like, it's such a chore to talk to some people, but to talk to others, it's like easy and the conversation flows. I think it's just because the people who show interest towards your enthusiasm, you automatically reciprocate towards. And it's really that simple. So when someone is telling you something that they seem very enthused about, like let's say you're talking to a person and they're a fisherman and they love going fishing, they go fishing every Wednesday and Sunday and they're really, really good at it. Listen to them because that is what will win you points. This is like a key lesson on how to influence people. And this is like flipping the tables a little bit. At first we were talking about why people don't take us seriously, but now we're kind of switching gears a little bit to why you should take people seriously on their interests. And probably if you're a socially pretty adept person, I guess you can say, this will happen automatically. If you hear someone talking passionately about fishing, you'll be inclined to ask those questions, but make sure you're doing it because it will help you in the long run. I read that one book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, and I think that was like the main takeaway out of everything. I think that was the one thing I remember. When people show interest towards us, we show interest towards them. Like it's a circular cycle. It's very rare that it actually doesn't happen. Like if you come up to someone and ask them something about their outfit or their aesthetic or something, they're right away gonna like you and try and talk to you because you're giving them some sort of dopamine reaction within their brain that will probably spark something that they care a lot about. If someone has a specific aesthetic that you picked up on, it's probably due to the fact that they actually put some effort into it. And when that effort is recognized, oh, you're in, dude. You're in. You know what I'm saying? Whereas if you just come out and talk about how boring and sucky your life is, like, what is that? How is that going to work out for you? You going to get the response you want? Of course not. So that's pretty much all I had to say for today. Obviously, that last video, the day in the life video, actually did pretty well, comparatively speaking. So I'll definitely make that push-pull legs routine. I already have everything filmed for the push part. So I might make like a separate push-pull, like one for each, or I make one combined. I can make one combined as well. So without further ado, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all soon.